Okay, so today I just wanted to talk a bit around what I call the Joseph principle. I wish that I'd engaged with this a little earlier on, but since COVID and experiencing some challenges with business or with second income in the household, I stumbled across and came into like a sharp clarity around this Joseph principle. Joseph, for some who know in the Bible, he was the chap with the multicolored coat. His brothers sold him into slavery and he ended up in Egypt. The Pharaoh has a dream and he's able to interpret this dream, and the interpretation is that there's going to be 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of famine. And what Joseph advises Pharaoh to do is during the 7 years of plenty to fill the storehouses with grain so that when the 7 years of famine come, there's enough grain in the land. And Pharaoh follows his advice, and not only are the Egyptians fed, but other Jewish people from Canaan and that are also fed. What happens is, when the people run out of money to pay for grain, they then start giving their livestock. When the livestock run out, they give their land and themselves. And from that point on, Pharaoh owned all the land in Egypt, and they would give him 1/5 of the produce of the land once the famine had ended. Anyway, that's the short and long of it. What was important for me, and especially now having gone through COVID, was that two things. The first is during your years of plenty, make sure that you save. If you are on a good run, take a portion of that and put it somewhere where you can't touch it. I wish I had done that. I can do it maybe going forward when plenty does come around again, but it's important. Save when you're in plenty, don't spend, which is the tendency, that's the temptation. I'm earning a lot, I'm doing well, let me spend, let me do this thing, let me go on holidays. You need to have the discipline of saving in plenty. So that was the first thing. The second thing is, which I found very interesting, is that because of the saving in plenty, Joseph had grain to exchange for other people's goods and things like that, which means that if you have saved and built up capital during plenty, when it comes to times of leanness or like in COVID, you have capital, you have money to use where you can purchase businesses that are going cheaper, properties that are selling below market value. You then have the means to pick up things that are going at a far more reasonable rate, and you can build your wealth base that way as well. So follow the Joseph principle, save during plenty, and when it comes to lean times and you've got capital, now's the time to buy cheap.